Hello, everybody, and welcome to Creature Clash, a podcast where we talk about everything from SCP to D&D. My name's Alex.
My name's Dawn.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Trey.
And today, we're actually going to talk about the SCP Foundation, which, for those of you that don't know, is essentially a giant Wikipedia article that a bunch of people have contributed to, and have created this made-up organization that goes around and collects a bunch of different monsters and mystical items that other members of the Wikipedia page created themselves. And they all get categorized, and they all have unique descriptions, and all the descriptions kind of let you learn a little bit more about the Foundation itself. And today we're just going to read a few of the things that people have written and talk about them. So we're going to start with the first series on the Wikipedia page. So guys, give me any number between 1 and 5,999.
Let's do a random number generator. Random.
Hey.
There you go.
Good call. Good call.
There's 5,999 in the first series, and
All
then
right.
there's like the same amount throughout. So
2,157.
all right, 2,157. Oh, I guess the first series only goes all the way up to 999.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
Dang it.
Let me redo
I got
it.
confused by the
700
That's alright.
713.
713? Okay. The Click Anywhere computer, SCP-7113, is a desktop personal computer running Windows 95. It bears no external manufacturer's markings, but internal inspection reveals it to be composed entirely of hardware commercially available in the late 1990s. Keyboard and mouse connectors are soldered into their sockets, and there are no ports available for peripherals except for the monitor. The computer has no internet capability. The hard drive contains assorted commercially available software, including the full Office Suite, image editing software, and Solitaire. The
It's
mouse
a
may be
computer?
used to move it's just a computer. The mouse may be used to move its cursor off the screen. The cursor does not change size or appearance, remaining two-dimensional and resembling a light projection without an apparent source. It may be used to click and drag directional options. All right. The right mouse button doesn't function. However, when the word processing program is opened on the monitor, left-clicking on a sheet of writing material produces a cursor like that of a word processor. Typing then results in letters in composition apparently identical to the cursor. This just seems like a computer.
A crap.
This is a computer.
This is just a
bad
computer.
Okay, next.
Nice.
This is hilarious. I'm trying to read it, and I'm not really seeing.
Anything special?
Yeah, this just looks like a computer.
Got another number, Dawn?
Yeah.
Sure. Oops. What?
I was gonna say, I don't know if anybody listening out there wants to tell us what was so special about it. Go ahead. It just looks like a computer to me.
472.
472? The Bloodstone. Alright, here we go. This sounds like it'll be
Not a computer.
right. It is a red garnet, or the prototype of the pyrope subseriate variety of unusual size. When any organism possessing a heartbeat passes within an 18-meter or 60-foot radius, that subject will begin to hear the distant beating of a heart within their head. The heartbeat heard directly corresponds with the subject's own heartbeat, with the frequency of the palpitations increasing or decreasing with the pulse of the subject. Prolonged exposure causes a variety of additional psychological effects.
It's like Telltale Heart.
Yeah.
So, from 5 to 7 minutes, low-level feelings of unease and anxiety. 6 to 12, gradual increasing feelings of anxiety and paranoia. 18 to 27, subject begins to hallucinate, reporting seeing the world around them tinged with red and hearing vague whispering noises. Let's see, the longest time, 361 to 723 minutes. Surviving subjects are now capable of leaving the influence of it. Though many do not realize this almost prompted previous symptoms become sporadic, alternating with periods of lucidity indefinitely until subject leaves or is removed from the area. Hallucinations become more vivid and visual. So basically you start to hallucinate and become paranoid when you hear it.
So it's definitely based off a Telltale Heart.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. This could be a pretty cool little thing to put in D&D, I think. Yeah, if your players didn't know what it was and they held on to it, they would just start to hallucinate from hearing
I
the
think, I think it'd be cool to put it in, like, in the story that, like, some prison is using this on the prisoners to, like, I don't know, try to get information out of them, and that's not good, so do something
like a
about
torture
that.
device sort of thing.
Yeah. But, like, they don't know about it.
I do feel like hearing
crazy.
your own heartbeat in your head would start to cause you to go crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, you would, because I mean, I can't even imagine having to listen to that all the time. What do you think? In a D&D sense, how would you use it?
I think it could be like a cursed item and almost like almost used against like burglary. Like if like a stand-in for the actual item, and if someone steals it, they, I don't know, are kind of cursed with that.
Like made into like a necklace or something.
Yeah, but like a fake.
So like kind of used as like a decoy.
Yeah,
device.
that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Didn't they describe it? It looked like a garnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It is a red garnet that has a 60-foot radius.
But yeah, that conversation reminded me of something I had read before, and I looked it up real quick. There's something called a room of silence, and it's so like insulated, and it's considered the quietest place on Earth. And I remember reading like the all you can hear in there is your own heartbeat and like your own body. It's so quiet. And this says that
It has like the paddings on the wall.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
nobody's
I've
been
seen
able
stuff
to
about that.
last more than 45 minutes.
That's what
Well, yeah,
I
'cause
thought.
you
I
can
thought
hear-
it was like a real short time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can hear your own blood flow in that room as well.
yeah.
God, I
would
can't
not
even
like that.
imagine what the sound of the blood flowing through your veins would be. It makes me twinge just thinking of it. Give me another number.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 253.
253? Alright.
That sounds fun.
The cancer plague.
Oh God.
Still
What?
sound fun, Trey?
No. No, it doesn't.
Maybe we skip that one. That's a little too heavy for our show. This is a light show.
Yes. Yeesh.
37.
Alright.
37?
Yes.
The Dwarf Star. Number 37 appears to be a star, approximately 2 inches in diameter, has a high surface temperature of 5,000 Kelvin. It's hard to try to find what it actually does, because there's so much description of it. It has been achieved. Alright, so it was hard to contain. It has powerful electromagnetic emissions, which are intense enough to be easily seen by the naked eye from high Earth orbit. It's currently located deep underground to prevent detection. The entire facility has, and the surrounding volume of Earth's crust, act as a massive heat sink. Okay.
Sounds like it'd be something like energy source.
Yeah,
If you were to
it
like
looks
use it in like if you were to use it in D&D, it could be used in some like technologically advanced society as like the energy source for the city or something.
like you could keep it as like the heart of the city, and it could power
Yeah,
like everything. That would be
What is
cool.
that? Is that City of Ember? Isn't there a movie called like City of Ember or The City of Ember where it's like powered by like a stone or something?
That does sound familiar, but if it does exist, I haven't seen it. But this reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode where they find the shiny rock and it powers everything in their society, makes everything better.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Let's see if
Sounds
I can
interesting.
Find...
I'm not sure how well you could use it in D&D successfully, but it'd be cool to try.
Let me see if I can find something that's a bit more weird. Puzzle of Terror, number 226. It is a cardboard box measuring 30 by 20 by 4. It aligns itself with whoever initially opens the box. When opened, the pieces change design, and the completed image will show what has been discovered to be the greatest fear of the person who is aligned to it. The image on the pieces do not change after the box has been opened. Recorded images on it are as follows: a bloated corpse, a set of gallows, a person screaming with hundreds of small spiders crawling out of his mouth, a darkened window with a mutilated hand scraping across it. When completed and taken back apart, the lid of the box will fly through the air and secure itself back on the lower half. The puzzle pieces will disappear, returning back into the box. It will then become unaligned and align itself with the next person to open the box.
Sounds like a boggart from Harry Potter.
That's what like a lamer version of the boggart.
Yeah. A puzzle version of the boggart.
This reminds me.
Cool.
Most of these descriptions remind me of like Goosebumps stories than anything else.
The way it's like described.
Yeah.
In such detail. Yeah. Just like they try to find the weirdest, their scariest words or most descriptive. Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Mm-hmm. Or it's just like everyday stuff that just has like a slightly supernatural edge to it.
Yeah, like the computer.
Yeah, there wasn't even anything weird with the computer. That's what gets
It was
me.
weird. It was weird that it wasn't weird.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
that its cursor was magic or something. Didn't it say that the cursor could go off the screen?
Yeah, well, I guess, but like,
I took that as like you push it off the screen so you can't see it anymore. But yeah, it may have been like that magical off the screen. But I wonder what it would.
oh, okay.
What
Well,
would it do?
here's an interesting one. It's not creepy, but it's interesting. It's called the Midas Owl, and it is a common barn owl. Pellets regurgitated by it are typically composed of some form of precious metal. The metal produced seems to vary with the type of prey ingested. It has been documented to regurgitate gold, silver, platinum, and other precious metals. So that could be an interesting quest for a D&D campaign.
Kind of like the golden egg goose, but the owl.
Yeah, and you have to feed it different things to get different metals, so it's not just gold.
Yeah, interesting. Or it could be like some like that the whole town talks about seeing it, but nobody thinks it's real kind of thing.
That, or maybe like a very corrupt governor or something has it tracked and uses it to make himself wealthy. I feel like you'd have to kill it though.
Kill it?
Yeah, well, because it would oversaturate the economy, wouldn't it? If you kept feeding it.
Not if people didn't know about it.
Not if everybody didn't know about it.
Yeah,
I guess you could
for
keep
yourself.
it as like a pet companion if you rescue it. In that way,
Yeah.
have like
Or
an
take
I
alert
would
It's
supply.
so do that. Oh, I would so keep that. Man, that's money. Like, here, eat a rat and get me some copper, or like, here's a carp, get me some gold. I don't know.
Probably be like a 3-day waiting period on when it would regurgitate its food.
A cooldown.
Yeah, cool.
Because owls will just eat things and then choke them up as pellets. There's probably like
They
a couple
do.
of days before they do it.
Yeah, because it's like dissolved. Okay, this is a weird question. Do owls poop, or do they just puke it all up?
I think they still poop. The pellets is fur and bones, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
It's
Did any of
different.
you guys have to do the dissection on the owl pellets in like middle school?
Dude, I did that in
Oh.
first grade.
First grade?
Yeah. They brought in some owl pellets for us to open up and look at.
That was like
Cool.
6th grade for us. I think I had like a baby mouse and that was it. Everybody else had like cool stuff. I didn't.
I remember the middle school classes doing that. I was in advanced science and we did other stuff.
Oh, weren't you
Uh,
fancy?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was like 6th grade for us.
Yeah, that sounds
That was
right.
like-
It was like 2 weeks leading up to it. The teacher was like, "We're gonna do the owl pellets. We're gonna do the owl pellets." And I got one and I'm like, "This is terrible. This is not fun."
that was like first grade for me. I don't know.
I think if I would have done that in 1st grade, I would have been scarred.
Give me another number. Let's hit the random number generator again.
4.
4?
Yeah.
The 12 rusty keys in the door. This sounds like it's gonna be a bit. Oh man, this is like a whole thing. I don't know if I want to read all this.
Alright, I'll hit it again.
Yeah.
670.
670? There we go. Nice big number. Family of Cotton. Number 670 is comprised of 4 roughly humanoid individuals, who refer to themselves collectively as the Cotton family. And 671 and 672 appear to be the father and mother of the family, judging by their height and comments made in interviews, while the rest are the children of the family. They possess a thin outer layer of hardened clay skin, showing signs of deterioration from over a long length of time. Under this, the organs, flesh, and nervous system are composed entirely of different types of thread. The majority of the thread used is cotton, but large amounts of silk and polyester are also present. Small amounts of rayon nylon are also noted in the internal organs. The skeletons is composed of rope knotted into a suitable shape, and the fingers of them seem to be rusted sewing needles.
This is weird.
Yes.
That sounds like clay dolls.
It makes me think of Coraline almost.
Yeah, yeah.
So this seems like it would be sort of like a weird like arts and crafts golem almost.
Yeah.
Basically.
But they're independent though, like upon themselves. There's just like a family of them.
Yes, there's like 4.
Oh.
I feel like they'd be really easy to kill because
Yeah.
they're made out of clay and cloth. So
Get them wet, melt them down, and
they
some fire. I don't know. That's weird.
don't sound to be like aggressive type. So
Yeah. I wonder if you just if you tried to just burn them with the clay harden.
like you can make them like a stronger version of themselves. But their organs are made out of thread. So are their bones.
Maybe just introduce them to heat.
Yeah, right. Any fire spell would just burn them alive. So
Yeah.
If you hardened the clay, then it would be able to shatter, though. Or break.
Oh, yeah. Then would they be able to, would they fall apart? I wonder. I don't know.
It seems like in a D&D sense, this would be like a group of people you would try to protect because they're so weak. Although,
The caravan?
right. Although knowing our games, we'd probably accidentally set the forest on fire and kill them.
Yeah, we'd accidentally kill them pretty fast.
Yeah.
There's no way they'd survive with us.
It would be like a challenge set by the DM. Try to save as many as you could, and they would all be 0 by the time we're done.
You almost save one, and they're just like, kill me now.
Right? You hug it
With
too
my
hard and you break
family.
its shell. Like, I saved one. Break its shell. Crap.
Oh no.
It sounds like that task of taking care of the egg for a week or whatever without breaking
Oh, yeah. Like, you gotta treat it like your child, and if it breaks, it's over.
it. Yeah.
Dylan, try and give me another number.
Alright. 44.
World War II era molecular fission cannon. Basically just a cannon. Fires unconventional artillery, weakens molecular and atomic bonds in any material loaded into its muzzle. How it does it is not known.
Okay.
So it basically can fire anything, it seems. Like, you can put any kind of thing into it and it'll fire it.
Like the cannons on Pirates of the Caribbean. They just load it up with freaking...
Would that actually work? I don't think that would actually work.
I have no idea. I always assumed it did, but...
No.
I know that, I know you can melt anything down and put it. I guess the way a cannon works, it's not like it's not like the bullet really matters. It's just
a projectile
right
being aimed.
I imagine that the shape would affect the aerodynamics of it. So I don't think the things they put in the cannons in Pirates of the Caribbean would actually work.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, wasn't it like a water skin was completely unscathed after being shot at the other boat? Or a flask or something. I don't remember what it was. I think it's a flask.
Yeah, I don't think that'd work. Let's
I don't
try
know
it.
about weapons.
Anybody got a cannon? The next episode of...
We're gonna try and
Shoot
do
a cannon.
Mythbusters.
Yes! Is that on the episode of Mythbusters?
No, they did that whole thing of when they walked with the boat underwater to be able to breathe. They did that. They wouldn't have been able to hold the boat down under the water with that much air.
Oh.
But I don't know that they did anything about the cannons on Mythbusters.
Mm-hmm. That's such a good show. How about 127?
127. The Living Gun.
another
Upon
gun.
first glance, appears to be a standard MP5K submachine gun. Tests reveal that aside from the outer steel shell, the entirety of the firearm is organic and alive. The weapon's ammunition initially appeared to be human-like teeth. However, DNA testing of the bullets resulted in no match to any known species on Earth. It has 2 settings, semi-automatic and fully automatic. An audible groan can be heard when switching between the two. Upon depleting the weapon's magazine, typically 60 shots, it takes between 3 to 5 days to regrow a new supply of ammunition. Attempts to remove the magazine have resulted in failure. It seems to be permanently attached to the weapon. So, it seems to me, based on the description, like this gun constantly regrows teeth and uses them as ammunition. That would be a really painful existence.
Does it want to?
Well,
It doesn't like getting switched from automatic to semi-automatic.
it's probably
Ooh.
painful. You're probably switching a part of its
Yeah.
body, like
Yeah.
twisting it. So
Just imagine doing it and you just hear, oh.
I mean, if it doesn't have a brain, then it's not feeling pain, right?
it doesn't say whether or not it has a brain. I would assume it does.
I guess it would have to stay alive. I don't know.
Well, if I
mean,
stab it, will it die?
Will it bleed?
Doesn't
Do you
seem
have to
say.
feed it?
No, you don't have to feed it. It doesn't require any sustenance beyond water, calcium, and protein. Requires no sustenance.
I feel like this is just a very useless gun.
Yeah.
Sounds like I wouldn't want to touch it. I'd be
Yeah.
afraid of hurting it.
I feel bad for it. Yeah.
Here's a question: would it die if you put it in a bag of holding?
It doesn't need to breathe, so maybe.
That'd be interesting. How have we never tried putting next time I'm a Warforged, I'm definitely hopping in a bag of holding and seeing what I see.
You gonna make yourself a tiny Warforged?
No, just a really big bag of holding.
What do you think? Should we do one more?
Yeah, let's go with one more.
318.
318.
Yes.
Soul press. Similar to a small version of a crude printing press with a great deal of additional machinery attached at various locations. When a living human or a human cadaver that has been dead less than 6 hours is placed in the input box and the lid is closed, the machine activates using an undetermined power source. It remains active approximately 5 minutes per use. God, there's so much description in these. I just want to know what it does. Okay, so you put a dead body in it, and it produces a scroll, and scroll contains the memories and consciousness of the person you put in it, who was able to communicate when unrolled, by causing drawings and or writing to appear on the paper.
Huh.
So you're basically transferring the human soul into a piece of paper.
That sounds
Now
cool.
that would be
Yeah.
something a necromancer would have or something.
So, does it, write down all the memories of the person and stuff, or?
I think what it does is it transfers your soul to the paper or the scroll, and then it essentially you communicate with the paper, and the paper just forms words to communicate back.
So it's Tom Riddle's Horcrux?
That's what I was just
Basically, yeah.
thinking.
That's
The
Yeah,
diary?
Sounds like too.
that's what I was about to say.
Man, so far
Huh.
everything that we've looked at just seems like a different version of something else that already exists.
Kind
And-
of, but with an actual for the most part a D&D twist to it.
Sort of. I mean, I feel like we're kind of adding most of the D&D twists to this stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I'm not too impressed so far. It reminds me a lot of Goosebumps. That's what I'm being reminded of just reading this. That's probably gonna piss some people off, but I mean, it's true.
Sorry, fans of Goosebumps. R.L. Stein, if you hear this, I'm not sorry.
R.L. Stein, you listen to us? I think they're ripping off your work on Wikipedia. I guess we're all done with this. Should we call on an episode? Or should we try to look for maybe one or two more?
I think it's alright.
Well, there is one on here called the skin worm, spelled
Give
like...
it to us.
Alright. It takes on the form of a large and elaborate tattoo. Tutu? Takes on the form of a large and elaborate tattoo of a serpentine dragon. The tattoo is fully animated within the confines of the host's skin and behaves largely as a normal animal would. The tattoo's movements causes constant pain to its host, comparable and similar in character to tattooing and tattoo removal on a large scale. Tends to spend most of its time on or near the torso, displays no intelligence and beyond a basic pattern of feeding and locomotion, although actually measuring the intelligence of it has proven to be impossible. It appears to feed exclusively on pigments of the host's skin. However, the organism shows a marked preference for other tattoos and will seek out and devour these before resorting to natural pigments. Should be noted that beyond the sensation of movement,